Hey guys, welcome back to the LOL podcast. My name is Jalen, and you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jalen_Jaleisha. Today, we are going to be talking about manifesting an SP. So you can manifest anybody at any time. You can literally have anybody you want whenever you want them. Now, over 6 months ago, I manifested somebody from my past. I never told him directly that I manifested him. I really didn't even manifest him. I just knew he was going to come and get me and be in my life at some point in period. He showed up and he turned up. Now, we had a good time. We were in person with each other. It seemed like everything was going well until behavior started getting weird. And yes, I know I could have manifested it to be better and for him to actually show up the way that I wanted him to show up. But in all reality, the signs that I was getting in my 3D were just enough to show me that, who I am right now currently is not what I need at the moment with that man. Because the man that I am attracting in, that I am pulling into my life, is a man that knows where he's going, that isn't jealous, that is able to be his own business owner like I am as well, and confident in himself, and very secure within himself, because I'm secure within myself and I'm confident with myself as well. And this man, I'm not saying he's not or anything like that, but I feel like a lot of it may be a facade, just a little bit. And this morning I woke up while I was still kind of somewhat asleep. I'm sleeping and I realized that, because this is the thing when it comes to manifestation, because when it came to him, I was thinking about somebody else, but then he came in. I was like, oh, this is what I wanted. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted. But now I'm just like, I want somebody better. I want somebody, I don't have to wait for things to come in. I need you to come in with all these things right now here. And I want to iterate how important it is, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are manifesting exes back, manifesting people that, they want back and everything. And my thing is, why do you want them? Why are you manifesting them back? That's my question. But we'll get into that. Basically, this morning I woke up and I was just like, yeah, this isn't good enough for me. And I blocked him and I chose myself. I did not want to give him another chance. And when I'm learning a lesson, I'm going to just tell you this. This has been a pattern in my life. When I have to learn a lesson about men or relationships, their names will be like a consistent letter, right? So the consistent letter, like my ex-husband starts with an A. Two guys that I was talking to, their name started with the A. And then this guy, his name started with the A as well. So... and I'm just like, okay, what lesson do I have to learn? Stop settling for less, even if you know you can change it. So I woke up this morning and I blocked him. I chose to block him because I was like, I deserve better. I deserve more. And if you're not going to show up the way that I want you, I'm not going to wait for you to grow, because this is who I am now. And I don't have time for another man to be jealous of me and be in competition with me. And I also had to remember, this is a man from my past before I am this version of myself, so I can't expect him to be this version of me. Now, I can't lie. We had a lot of things in common. The things that he was saying, I could relate to, because I am that I am that same way myself. But also, I remember, like, I attracted sometimes mirrors and stuff like that. So that just made me realize that I deserve more. And I think that's what it is. Every time I've met these men, it's like, I can settle for this or I can have more. And that's what I want people to realize. Is you can get stuck on one person. You can have multiple SPs. You really can. You can get stuck on one person and try to make them be the person that you want them to be. Or you can just let them go and be like, you know what? God's going to send me something way better anyway. So I might as well just go back into my own land. And this is something that I teach in my e-guide. I'm not even kidding. I'm about to pull it up right now. And I'm super proud of myself for creating my e-guides. I think it's on my computer. Hold on. Let me see. Reform your dumb bitch ways is basically about just having more respect for yourself and stop having such blind obedience to things outside of yourself and betraying yourself and people pleasing. You need to forgive yourself and allow yourself to have more when more presents itself, because I believe a lot of people that do manifest SPs back over and over and over again, you're just going in a complete cycle. And I do believe for you to keep elevating, it's great for you to be able to like manifest it back and be like, ooh, yeah, I can do that. But to elevate to what you truly deserve, because I'm the type of girl, sorry for the shake, but I'm the type of girl that always wants more. Like, not in a bad way, but I want better. I'm constantly improving myself. And the partner that I want, I need them to constantly improve themselves as well. And I can't say that he won't be able to come back and be a better person. Hey, he might just be, but who he is right now does not align with who I am. And I'm not about to lower myself down, disrespect myself, and wait for him to be better and to show up better and for us to get what I want out of it when I can already have what I want with someone who's here presently right now in my life. Does that make sense? I hope that does make sense, because I feel like that is very important. And literally, reforming your dumb bitch ways, I literally have a section about removing people out of your life who are no longer in alignment with you. And to me, blocking him was me showing myself I choose me over being out of alignment with myself, instead of lowering myself, because that is something that I have done in my past as like a young adult and a teenager. Was I would lower my vibration, I would shrink myself smaller just so I could have them. And that is something that I am constantly working on within my daily life, is to stop shrinking and to keep expanding myself. Like this lady the other day, she said, stop saying things are expensive and say they're expansive, because they allow you, they'll make you grow up. They'll make you have to grow to be that version of yourself. And that's why I ultimately this morning was just like, no, because I'm constantly growing, and I can't say that he won't show back up and actually be what I want him to be. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and wait for you to be that. I'm going to go move on about my life and date other people and be in my own circle. Now, is it wrong for me to block him? Absolutely not. He was playing in my face, and I don't like that. And I don't put up with that behavior anymore. I'm not doing that bipolar. Like, if we're both adults, you're 27 years old. I'm about to be 27 in 3 days. Let's see each other. Let's get this shit over with. Like, I'm trying not to blame it on his age or anything like that, but everything that I want, like down to a T, I'm just like, he's not in alignment with what I want. His job's not, as much as I respect his job and what he does for a living, I'm just like, yeah, no, this isn't it. And I kind of knew that the first time, like, I talked to him, but I was really like, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to have fun, because it's been a very long time since I felt like this, and it felt really good. And I can't lie, that allowed me to open up a section of myself and realize I deserve more. The guy before him made me feel guilty. The guy before that guy made me feel guilty. And now I just feel like, you know what? I did the right thing. Instead of crying about choosing myself and feeling like I am hurting myself by not giving into what I want, like for shrinking myself, I decided, you know what? I have no problem expanding. Expanding made me feel good. So that's why I say remove the programming. You gotta remove the people that aren't quite in alignment with what you want or how you're representing yourself. And I think it's so important to me. I don't know why, but I also, since I'm a businesswoman myself and I work for myself, I think it is so important for me to date someone else who also works for themselves, because I don't know what I do know what the 9-to-5 life looks like. I used to have a 9-to-5, but who I am currently right now, I don't know what that looks like. I work for myself. I do what I want to. And honestly, that's the type of man that I am interested in, that has my attention. And so as much as I did appreciate rekindling from the past and getting something that I never had a taste of before and actually tasting it, and it actually was really nice. And I'm saying he was a really nice guy. He in person, he gave off everything that I wanted. But when he wasn't in front of me, oh, that's when he started. Oh, I'm this, going 12 hours without texting. That's not okay with me. I don't do that. I don't mind. We don't have to text every day, but at least, like, if I'm asking you to hang out or do something like that, be direct. I'm a direct person. He said he was a direct person. So if you say you're a direct person and you're not being direct with me, oh, baby, then you've already lost the girl. You've already lost the girl. So that is why I feel like it's very important for me to come on here and want to speak life into people and find out, like, why are we manifesting the same SP over and over again? Like, why are we trying to get the same person over and over again? Oh, he cheated on you and you want him back. Why are you doing that? Why are you allowing that disrespect to happen? Oh, because you just like the vessel. You just like how they made you feel. Take what they made you feel, times that by 10, and that's how the next person's going to make you feel. That's how I'm taking this, because yes, he was really nice, he was kind, but the guy before him, he did all the things, like the physical things that I like, opening my door, opening all doors, paying for shit without no problem, taking me out, sending me to fucking Disneyland on my own for a whole day just because, like I've had these experiences before, and it's just like, this isn't enough for me. I need more. And wanting more is not a problem, but I want people to start actually getting what they're worth. And you really need to find out what you really want, because do you really want that person, or do you want that feeling? And do you want that feeling to feel as good and just put it in a new person? Because honestly, I'd rather just have a new person. I'd rather have somebody who's more in alignment with me, who's a little bit better, So, and I feel like you're disrespecting yourself if you just keep allowing yourself to repeat the same pattern with the same people. Sometimes you just have to let people go and move on. And I honestly, for me to wake up, literally, I wasn't even fully up yet. I was just half asleep, half awake. And I was literally like, you know what? I am going to block him. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I stopped myself because I was like, that's petty. What if he does say he wants to come and see me and everything like that? But I was just like, I did walk myself down from a lot of fears of self-sabotaging myself. And I thought that's why I was like, feeling the way I was feeling, because I was sabotaging myself, which I was. But also my inner world was seeing something that I wasn't seeing quite yet, but I was still allowing myself to experience what I wanted to experience. But at the same time, I know I deserve more. And I'm just like, I already have it. I'm like, oh yeah, I already have this. Like, he showed me a part of what I needed. Now I have even better. I have even more. Great. Amazing. I appreciate this. This is such a great experience for me to be able to receive something much better than I've ever received before. Because when I tell you, it's getting better and better and better each guy that comes into my life. And maybe that's what I needed, was the practice, because girl, it's been a minute. It's been a long minute. Okay. So at least I'm dating. I'm happy I'm dating. Love that for me. Love that I'm having fun. Love that I'm not taking it too serious. Love that I'm not trying to marry all these men immediately like I used to. But it's very important for you to align yourself with what your purpose is and what you really truly want. And I'm not even going to lie to you. Reforming Your Dumb Bitch Ways deeply speaks about that, how important it is to align yourself to what you want. Now, I do have another e-guide. It's Flight School for Reformed Birds. It's a workbook, actually, for women ready to stop auditioning and start flying on their own. Meaning you stop just taking, you just stop being obedient. You stop just taking anything that anybody tells you. You look at yourself as the sole person who can take care of yourself, who can honor herself, who can put herself first no matter what. Both of my e-guides are targeted towards women who want to improve themselves and be the best version of yourselves. Because here's my thing, and y'all not gonna like this one. I am no longer tolerating women that blame men for not being shit when you are the reason why they are attracted to you. I am no longer blaming men for being insecure when that was what I was attracting to, at a point, because I didn't know. But my thing is now I only attract insecure, confident men because I am secure and I am confident and I am stable within myself. And that is the thing, is it all starts with you and your viewpoint. That is something that I really want to iterate to everybody. What you see out of your eyes, what you see around your world looks different from how I see it. Even you're seeing me differently than how I see myself, okay? It's so different than what anybody else is going through that you literally cannot listen or experience what other people have went through the exact same. You might have similar stories. You might be mirroring each other just a little bit, but it will never be exactly the same. And that's why it's so important for you to recalibrate who you are and show up as the version of you that you want to be, and not the version of you that has been picked on or has been beat down on, or has been degraded, or has, been around men that, oops, sorry y'all, my bad, has been around men that weren't shit. Like, you can't keep operating like that. Like, I would stop saying that. Like, I am only around good men. I'm only around men that can pay my bills. I only attract in men that take me serious. I only attract in men that want to take me out and give me a good time and make sure that I'm doing amazing. What I'm teaching is not manifestation, but I am teaching you to be empowered within yourself as a woman. And even if you are not a woman and you are female presenting, or you feel like you're closer to your femininity, this is for you, because it is so important for us to show up and be ourselves, and show up for ourselves and make sure that we get what we want and not see it as a distant dream. Now, the most important thing that I like to teach is how to disrespect the 3D. So, and basically disrespecting the 3D is disrespecting the old version of you and whatever it has for you. And hold on, I'm getting to my section about it. One of the biggest realizations, this is directly from my e-guide. One of the biggest realizations I had on this journey is that I was giving more respect to the 3D, the external, the physical reality in front of me, than I was giving to my true desires. I was programmed to prioritize bills, obligations, and other people's needs and what looked realistic. The programming kept me in a loop of choosing what was in front of me over what I actually wanted for my life. Now, this morning, y'all heard me just say, I woke up and I chose me. I literally blocked him and I chose me. I didn't do it to be disrespectful. I did it because I didn't want my time wasted anymore. And I didn't want him to think, because he did ask me this when we were on a date. He was like, you're telling me you'd rather be alone than to ever deal with like a man again? Like, I'm like, yeah. And I needed to show him that. He needed to fuck around and find out for sure that I'm not about to deal with this shit. Like, this is just not who I am. I don't do this anymore. I'm not just accepting this bullshit anymore. And I'm so glad. And that's why it took me so long to realize, like, am I doing this out of panic or am I doing this out of reassurance? But this morning I woke up with clarity of knowing, because I was in between of like, no, I can manifest him to be exactly how I want him to be. But I was just like, nah, get rid of the whole thing. I don't even want that, baby. I don't even fucking want that. I don't. I could have somebody who's better, like this, and this, somebody who has this, and this, and they're already ready for me as they are right now, here in my now. I don't have to wait months. I don't have to wait years. Excuse me. As long as I choose myself, I had lunch. But as long as I choose myself, it's going to choose me right back. So I chose myself and I went about my day, because prioritizing what I want and disrespecting what the 3D is showing me matters so much. So yeah, my 3D is showing me he wasn't being respectful of my time or of me being friendly or me wanting to see him. Okay, I understand you're busy. I understand you can make time. I understand you have a very busy schedule, a hectic schedule. I get that. But I'm not asking you to drop everything and come and see me. I'm asking you to make time for me. And if you can't even do that, I won't even dare do it either. I won't. And it's the fact that I've been very protective of my home, and he's the first man I ever let in my house too and sleep over. Like, I haven't let anybody do that. Like, that's the thing. It's just like, yeah, I don't do that. I don't let nobody into my house like that. I really don't. I have to be really cool with you. We got to be really good friends, because I know what I have could literally make people feel smaller than, so that's why I'm like, I have to stop dating men who are insecure about money. I'm so glad I stopped dating men who are insecure about money. He kind of even called me big money on our first date, but Bob was like, that's not good. And that's the thing. It's just like, men can be jealous of women as well. And if you sense that in a way, remove yourself. And that's what I was low-key getting, because I do have a really nice apartment. I cannot lie. I have a really, really nice apartment with a nice view, and I'm very grateful for it. I put a lot of work in manifesting this place, and nobody believes me when I say that. I'm like, yeah. They're like, you have a washer and dryer, you have a dishwasher, you have this. I'm like, yeah, because I manifested all of it. I said what I wanted, and I kept it to myself, and I kept making sure myself I was intentionally looking for places with it. If it didn't have it, okay, bye. Even now that I'm looking for a townhouse to move into, if the kitchen doesn't give off the vibes that I want, if it doesn't even look the way that I want it to look, I'm not even interested. I literally click off of it. And I found a place that I really did like. And I'm like, okay, so this is my home. This is where I'm moving to. And if it doesn't look like this, if it doesn't feel like this, if it's not in this neighborhood, if it's not like, because I'm so serious, I am not moving into it. I've thought about it. Like, I thought about moving to a different neighborhood in a different area, but I was like, no, I want to be here in central San Diego. I don't want to be in almost North San Diego, like of central San Diego. I don't want to do that, even though there's good food up there, even though it's dead smack in the middle of nowhere, basically. And I'm just like, yeah, it's brand new, but I rather have something that is central and is in a safer neighborhood. And plus, I've lived in this neighborhood before, so this is the townhome that I'm going to get. And I've changed my mind, and I have intentionally chosen that neighborhood, that area, and looked in that area, what houses were on sale, what's available to me, like who's the real estate agent and all of that shit, because it's important to me to get and receive exactly what I want and not to settle for what the 3D is just trying to give me, because I have done that before. And the best example I can give is when I was purchasing a new car when I was 19. Was I 19? Yeah, I was 19 and I was almost 20, but I decided I wanted a new car because my fuel pump on my other car was going out. So I had to sell that car first to get a new car. It took me, I want to say 2 months to get a car, to like really hone in on the car, because initially I wanted a Honda Fit. My mom talked me out of the Honda Fit because it was $12,000 and she felt like that was a big ass payment for a 19-year-old girl to have. So I was like, okay. So I was within her boundaries. And I didn't realize at the time that I had the abilities to be like, whatever, mama, I'm going to get this car no matter what. You know, like I had that ability to do that, but I didn't access it because, again, my mom was a person who could see better than I could. She gave better advice than I could at the time. So when I went to go look for cars, she told me to look in this range of cars from like $8,000 and down. Like she was like, honestly, you shouldn't have anything more than $5,000. So I was like, so I ended up, I think it was like, how much was my car? After taxes, I think it was like $7,600. But my car was about, I want to say $6,500 when I purchased it. And I had this car for years. Like I just sold it this year, actually. Like this was my baby. This is my first car that I've ever had a car note on. Well, no, second car I had a car. Well, yeah, I did pay that off. Let me stop lying. But like official car loan on, and literally having that car loan on my credit and everything, like that was the first time ever I had that. Like I had a personal loan from my first car, but I paid that shit off easy. That was so easy to pay that car off. I received money actually to pay that car off, but I paid this car off, and I felt so good because for the first time in 6 years, yeah, because I had 5 years, I officially had a car that was in my name and everything. And I only kept it for a year and a half before I sold it. I only had 1 year and a half of not paying a car note. And it was great. It was fantastic. It made me realize that my next car I get, I'm paying cash for. No matter what year it is, I'm paying cash for. But I allowed that situation to get me down with my mom about, okay, should I get this car? No, I can't get the Honda Fit. Okay, so let me settle for this Kia Forte because it's within my mom's price range. And I can't be mad because my payments were only $178 a month when I was paying it, and it was a huge loan. I had a good credit at the time, and they were proud of me. They were like, for a 19-year-old, you have $685. That's amazing, and you can buy your own car, and your rate is 170. Because I said I didn't want to pay more than 200 like a month. Like that was the cutoff. My insurance was an ass eater. Okay, it was 150 starting off, but towards the end, once I like got married and everything, I just figured out like once I sold the car off, that because it was on my ex-husband's insurance, but once I sold the car and I let them know I didn't have the car anymore, he was paying over $300 for my car insurance here in California. And the only reason that is because I got in an accident in Las Vegas and I hit somebody backing out of a parking space. But again, that is not my fault. I mean, it was my fault, but like at the same time, it's not even that bad anymore because I'm about to be 27, and that falls off in July of this year. Thank God. So my car insurance will not be that expensive when I get my new car, and plus I'll have an electric car this time around, and I'm going to go buy a car for my birthday. So that's exciting, right? But I allowed the 3D to disrespect me and listen to my mom instead of listening to what my heart wanted, which was a Honda Fit. Even though it did work out better where I had less payments, it didn't mean I didn't suffer. I didn't have hard times with that car. I did. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. That car barely broke down. I never had any major issues with that Kia whatsoever. God rest her soul. She's not with me no more. Her name was the Kia. Like, I've had 2 Kias in my life, and my dad just sold my teenage car too, not too long ago. And her name was Samantha, and she was an Optima. And I found her on Facebook Marketplace for $1,000 in Newton, Kansas when I got her. So, and I was happy to have that car. And that car, my dad had that for years. Every time I would go home, I would drive that car around and everything. It was still my car, and I paid cash for it. My dad only gave me half my money, which I think I should have got the whole money. He was like, well, I put this and this and that to it, so I should have just sold it when I wanted to sell it. But he didn't let me sell it when I wanted to sell it a couple years ago, but it's okay. So in that situation, I did not respect what I wanted. I didn't respect that I wanted a Honda Fit. I didn't care how much it cost. I really didn't care how much it cost. My mom was the one who cared too much how it cost. It was a really, really nice car. It was a 2015 Honda Fit, which at that time, was very new. Cause it was 2018, 19. Yeah, 18. Was it? Or 19? No, it was 19. It was 2019. So that car was 4 years old. So it wasn't even that old. And so I think in those ways, my mom got a little bit worrisome about it. But I know that if I probably went through with it, it would have worked out for me in a better way than I could expect. But I can look back and look at that and see how I didn't respect what I wanted, and I just went with what the 3D was giving me and suggested to me. And that's cool, but you should have more respect for what you want. And even though that car was, $12,000, I could have found another Kia Fit that was a little less, but Kia Fit, what the hell, a Honda Fit. But instead of doing that, I said, you know what, let's just go in a different direction. Sorry, y'all, my window's open. And hold on. Okay, yeah. But still, today what I did was disrespect what what no longer fits me. And I had to really think about it. I was like, this isn't in alignment. He's not this, he's not that. And it doesn't have to be directly what I'm talking about. But if I have this vision of it should be here and I'm getting this and it's not here, then I got to let this go. And this is where I got to stay. And you know what? God's going to give me this. So if God's going to give me this and I'm here and I want this and I'm just here and I'm thinking it's going to get this good, but it gets even better. And this wasn't even half of what this was. I got to let it be. I got to let it go. And so that's exactly what I did. That's why it's so freaking important to prioritize what you want. Even if it looks like you're not going to get what you want in the beginning, you still are going to get what you want, no matter what. And that's what I'm telling myself. It's like, you know what? Right now, the 3D, it might not look like how I want it to look. Oh, but baby, it's going to change up its tone. It's going to start treating me like how I know it should be treating me. Okay? It's going to start working out in my favor better than I can ever expect it to work out, because that's my expectation. Now, I have went over my time than I usually do, but I do want to talk about my e-guide. Reform Your Dumb Bitch Ways. If you really genuinely want to learn how to have more respect for yourself and for your decisions and for what you want, please help yourself out and go to the link in the description down below and go download it. It will literally help you so much. Become the person that you want to be and respect yourself more. I even come back to this, even reading this now, I'm like, wow, I'm so smart, because this helps me right now. And that's literally, it helps me so much. And even Flight School for Reformed Birds, there is so much information in this. It's 17 pages long of detailed information of where it's a workbook. You can write things into it. You can type things into it if you wanted to. And you could basically ask yourself questions to figure out the reasons why you have been operating the way you have been operating, So you can stop auditioning for life and just being life. That's what I like to think. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and don't forget, link in description. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you can also go down to the link in the description as well. That also includes my one-on-one coaching, and I have available dates open. I have a lot, but next week I will not be taking any bookings whatsoever. Even if it's booked, I'll reschedule with you, because it's my birthday week and I won't be here. And on the 25th, I'm going to go get a facial. So I'm excited, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day and enjoy your wonderful rest of your week. All right. Bye-bye.